in this particular era when your team was coming up and having these amazing results at CPL, people don't know this was exactly the same time period where Team 3D, the big name in NA, was falling off basically. They were actually having all these terrible CPL results. And if people can't remember, it was only basically the World Cyber Games used to sort of save them every year because bizarrely they would just be terrible all year and then go and win the World Cyber Games. No one even fucking really knows why. It doesn't really make sense. But when they were at these events, right, the problem was this, and this is the issue I want to talk to you about, right, because it actually is endemic to the whole NA scene. One of the big problems North American Counter-Strike has had, and by the way, it basically has it to this day, it's just somehow in the culture, is when you're the legendary player who was the best, like you were the like ironclad best once upon a time, not only are they always in denial when they start to fall off a bit, but because they're falling off and someone else is finally beating them and overtaking them, it's like in their mind, they can't acknowledge that not only can they get worse, but someone else can genuinely improve. They always seem to have like a static mind frame of like, I'm always going to be the best, and if you were like below me 2 years ago, you're always going to be shit compared to me. And I can tell you right now, I was even friends with some of these guys, but they had a massive problem with this dude. Like, they really believed in their brain. Like, if anyone ever beat them in Cal Invite, you're cheating, or we would beat you on LAN. If you even went to LAN and succeeded, who gives a fuck, you know, the douchebags. Like, there was a million excuses and reasons. And unfortunately, I always got the sense it actually kind of ruined the NA scene, because on the one hand, these teams, you'll notice, tended to only recruit the people who didn't shit talk. Like, yeah, they'll recruit bombs, or maybe they'll ask media. You know, it's either the people least likely to ever type anything new in a server. But if you're like you have, even if you were twice as good as them, you would never even get asked to join their team, mate. Like, as far as they're concerned, like, you committed the ultimate sin ever that you ever like trash talked them in a game, or God forbid you beat them in a game. That's the ultimate sin. Like, what did you think back then? This used to be whack, dude. Like, why does it have to be like a civil war all the time?
You're definitely right about that, man. It was pretty toxic. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, we said a lot of crap to each other, and you know,
because you were kind of poking them a bit, right, when you saw them falling.
Yeah, I mean, that's just part of our play style, I guess. It's just kind of you get in the mind of your opponent and kind of crack them that way. It's just a mental warfare kind of thing. But I think I still struggle with that today. I don't think anyone's better than me at Valorant. I'm the best Valorant player.
Okay.
So I think it's just it might be a mental health issue at this point. No, I'm just kidding. It's just when you get to that level, I think you're right. You kind of do have like a little bit of a denial when you may lose to like some people that you may thought of as scrubs, you know. And I remember losing, maybe a local LAN tournament here and there with my pickup teams to like, maybe a more formidable team. And just being like, oh, well, they only beat us because, we're a pug. So, but, the reality was, people were playing a lot more and more. And the more you play the game, the better you get. And that's when I kind of noticed my skills dropping off, is when I wasn't putting in the time, going into pub servers, going into death matches and really playing every day. And that's kind of when I noticed my skills were dropping off. At the time, I didn't, tell myself that, but looking back on it, it's like, yeah, I wasn't putting in the time like I was, initially going pro.
Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.